So today's topic is going to be talking or thinking about red flags after all this stuff is over. In other words, what I mean is that you're past it, you understand what you're dealing with, and now you're looking at the red flags. So it can be really tough whenever you're on the other side of this, and now you're starting to look at everything in your past. You're reevaluating your past, and you're looking at it going, holy crap, why, how in the world did I miss all this stuff? And it can be very demoralizing whenever you're going through that. And the thing you have to remember is that it's actually very common to feel this way. So it's important to remember to give yourself some slack and to not overanalyze. Don't do the Monday morning quarterback thing or armchair thing to where you're looking at it and you're like, I should have thought of this, I should have recognized it. You can't beat yourself up for the red flags that you just didn't see. So it's important to give yourself a break when you're going through that. And I know it's tough because I can remember when I was going through this and when I finally started to see the light at the other side, I was really hard on myself for all the missed red flags or all the previous incidents that I just ignored. I made excuses for. I was like, no, this isn't what I think it is. It's not that bad. It's just an anomaly. It's very common to do that. And then later, whenever it's finally clear, whenever you're finally being torpedoed and you're living this nightmare, to really look at it and go, holy crap, this is, why didn't I see this? You also have to remember that in the beginning part of this, you were really invested in the relationship. You wanted it to work. You didn't want to believe any of this was real. So trying everything in your power to try to make something work or to try to make the most of it, you can't. It's counterproductive to beat yourself up on it. Now, I also realize there are times when we were going through this, we probably weren't on our best behavior. We responded in negative ways, or we played. Maybe we even mirrored back some of the narcissistic traits to our relationship. But even then, you have to understand that you're just trying to survive in the middle of this. You're trying to make the most of it. You're trying to understand it. And, it'd be one thing if you know all this stuff, you find everything out, you understand all the red flags, and then you do the same thing. But for the most part, that's not what happens. Most of the time, you're sitting there looking at the decisions that you made, and you're second-guessing yourself and beating yourself why you didn't do it. And the main thing on this is to recognize that it is super common. It happens quite a bit. Don't beat yourself up on it. And, you got to give yourself a break. The really important thing is what you do now. It's what you do going forward. It's the decisions you make with the knowledge of what you're dealing with. That's the issue. You can beat yourself up on all the red flags, on the decades potentially that you were blind to things. You can't change the past. You can't change what you did. You can change the future. You can change what you're going to do next. And that really is the important part of this. So learn everything you can about it. Understand what the red flags are. Understand what healthy boundaries are. Understand not being naive. And then look at your life as you're going through it and then adjust accordingly to that. And the thing I would even say on that is you're still going to struggle with some things. You're still going to second guess yourself. So think of it as in like you're learning a new skill. Someone's taught you something, now you're putting it in practice. You're going to run through some scenarios, real life scenarios, and you're going to, you'll make some mistakes. We all make mistakes going through this. We figure something out, we try to put it into practice, we realize that, that didn't work out so well, and then you make adjustments and you try again. That's really the key. Bottom line, all of this stuff is difficult. It's not easy to do. It's not easy to heal from. And, just go easy on yourself. Don't beat yourself up all the time. So, I know this is all common sense stuff. I hope it's helpful. It's amazing how this stuff just keeps going and going and going. That's how you keep struggling with it and trying to make sense of it all. Give yourself time. It's not fast. It doesn't happen overnight. kind of embrace the journey. You know, you don't have to figure everything out today, and it's all gonna turn out okay. It may feel like it won't. I was talking with somebody the other day about how they're struggling with all of this and how they don't feel like it's ever going to get any better, and I absolutely can relate. I remember thinking the same thing. Depending on how long you're involved in this, it's going to take some time to overcome it, and that's okay. Just give yourself that time. All right, I'll catch you on the next video. Take care. Bye.